we wanted to be able to speed up the hands, minimize dealer error, make the lowest hand as high as possible without fouling the high hand. If I don't qualify with 10 or higher or 10 or lower on the low hand, it's an automatic push no matter how you set your hand or if you were to beat the dealer.
Hi, Mike Shackelford here, also known as the Wizard of Odds. Today is March the 6th, 2024, and I am at the Global Table Game and Game Protection Conference at the Sahara in Las Vegas, and I'm joined by Tommy with Casino Gaming Development, representing the game Card Pai Gow. I think the name says it all, but tell me more about it.
Okay, so what we created was Card Pai Gow, and the reason why it was created is that we wanted to be able to speed up the hands, minimize dealer error, and just keep the same fun of Pai Gow, but simplify it for the guests.
Speaking of simplifying it, what is the dealer house way?
The dealer house way is to make the lowest hand as high as possible without fouling the high hand. That means even splitting pairs or splitting your straights or your flushes.
Nice. So any dealer can be trained to deal this game easily. So, and also with 5 cards instead of 7, I'm sure it goes much faster.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm sure there is also a mechanism to avoid the 5% commission. What would that be?
So the mechanism to avoid the 5% commission is if I don't qualify with 10 or higher or 10 or lower on the low hand, it's an automatic push no matter how you set your hand or if you were to beat the dealer.
Okay, seems nice and simple. Can we play a few hands?
Absolutely. This is our newest game from Casino Gaming Development called Card Pai Gow, and how to deal it is very simple. We're taking the fun part of Pai Gow, but we're making it with 5 cards and simplifying it and speeding up the game. We're going to give the player 5 cards and the dealer 5 cards as well. It's a face-up game, so I'm going to set my hands first. And then the player will set their hands. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do as a dealer, I need to recognize, do I qualify and do I have a Pai Gow? So I'm looking here, and the way to understand if we qualify is if we have a 10 or less on the low hand being a high, then it's going to be an automatic push on the main hand. So I understand that I'm not going to qualify, so we go to the pay table and see that we have a 7 high on the low hand, which pays 10 to 1. So this bet pays 10 to 1. And then I have a 8 high Pai Gow, which is 100 to 1. So $500. Then from this point, I'm just going to play out the hand as natural as possible. Understanding that since I don't qualify, it's going to be an automatic push. We move on to the third bet here. And this bet is to see whether the player has a Pai Gow. And over here, it seems like she has a Queen High Pai Gow. However, she has a flush down here, so that doesn't qualify as a Pai Gow at all. And we're looking for this bet here. This is a 5-card poker hand, looking for a pair of 10s or better in her 5 cards. So she doesn't have any pair of 10s or better, so we take that bet as well. Okay, let's deal with another hand in here. Again, I'm just going to give the player 5 cards and myself 5 cards. Going to act on my hand. We got a pair of 4s with an ace 7 up. And the best way, it's one universal house way. We're going to make the lowest hand as high as it can be without fouling the high hand. So as a dealer, once again, I'm going to ask myself 2 things. Do I qualify and do I have a Pai Gow? I qualify because I have higher than a 10 on the low hand, and I don't have a Pai Gow since I have a pair of 4s. So I can go ahead and take these bets. Flip over these cards. And her cards and her set needs to beat both of my sets. So I beat her on the top set, but she beats me on the bottom set, which is a net push. She wins one and I lose one, so it's a net push. I then look at the player Pai Gow. Since she has a pair of jacks, she doesn't have a Pai Gow. But in her 5 cards, if she has a pair of tens or better, she's going to get paid on that 5 card poker hand. And that pays 1-to-1 with a pair of tens or better.
So, Tommy, thank you for showing me the game. Can I ask a question on the math? What would be the house advantage on the base bet?
The house edge on the base bet is about 2.7, 2.8%.
Okay, that's a good number. And how about all the side bets?
So all the other side bets, the dealer and player Pai Gow is about 5%. The insurance bet is about 9%, and the 5 card poker hand is about 8.1%.
All right, thank you so much for showing me the game. And again, this was 5 Card Pai Gow.